Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Sunday, June 18, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link to our Patreon in the description and comment section below. Baltimore Orioles vs Chicago Cubs. The Orioles are having a successful season, but they need to avoid a weekend sweep to stay in the divisional race. Dean Kremer is one of the Orioles' promising young pitchers, but he has been struggling this season. He has allowed 40 runs in 76 innings pitched, and his opponents are making hard contact and driving in runs easily. His expected opponent batting average is .302, his expected opponent slugging percentage is .526, and his expected ERA is 6.11. This means that opponents are hitting the ball hard against Kremer, and they are able to drive in runs easily. The Cubs are hoping that their recent winning streak will help them turn their season around. Jameson Taillon has had a respectable career, but he has struggled this season. He has allowed 39 runs in 48.1 innings pitched, and his opponents are making hard contact and driving in runs easily. His expected opponent slugging percentage is .509, his barrel percentage is 12.4, and his expected ERA is 5.62. This means that opponents are hitting the ball hard against Taillon, and they are able to drive in runs easily. The Cubs are looking to sweep the series, but the Orioles are having a great season and are looking to step up and control the final game. The Orioles have a strong lineup that can drive in runs at will, led by Austin Hays and Adley Rutschman. They also have a solid starting pitcher in Dean Kremer, who can limit the Cubs lineup, which averages only 4.52 runs per game. I believe the Orioles will win the game and take the money line as road favorites. Both starting pitchers have struggled this season, so the two lineups are looking to take advantage. The Cubs will look to drive in runs against Dean Kremer, who has allowed 10 runs in his last 3 starts. Cody Bellinger, Ian Happ, and the rest of the Cubs lineup will need to make contact and put together strong plate appearances. The Orioles, who average 4.96 runs per game, should run up the score against Jameson Taillon, who has allowed 7 runs in his last 2 starts. Austin Hays, Adley Rutschman, Anthony Santander, and the rest of the Orioles lineup will need to swing for the fences and crush the ball. The over should cover in a high-scoring game with both lineups stepping up. Colorado Rockies vs Atlanta Braves. The Rockies have struggled in recent weeks, scoring just 4 runs in the first 2 games of the series and going 3-9 in their last 12 games. They are currently on a 10-game road trip and are 2-3 so far. In their 3-game losing streak, they were outscored 22-7 and only managed 7 hits per game. The Rockies are hitting .256 as a team, which is 10th best in the league, and have scored 316 runs, which is 13th best. Ryan McMahon is the team's leading hitter with 68 hits, 38 RBIs, and 39 runs scored. He is hitting .346 in June and has hit safely in 12 of his 14 games this month. The Braves were in a strong position in the NL East, having won 4 games in a row and 11 of their last 13. In their 4-game winning streak, they outscored their opponents 32-16. Atlanta's offense was hitting .265, the best in the National League. They had scored 371 runs and had 118 home runs, one more than Tampa Bay. 7 players had hit at least 10 home runs, with Matt Olson leading the way with 19, tied for 4th most in the league. However, Olson had hit just 2 home runs in his last 16 games and was hitting .200 in that stretch. The Braves have been dominant against the Rockies in recent games, winning by an average margin of 6 runs per game in the first 2 games of the series. The Braves have also won 9 of their last 11 games by at least 2 runs, and they have received 6.48 runs of offensive support per 9 innings from Charlie Morton, the 6th best mark in the National League. Morton has won 6 of his starts this season, all by at least 2 runs. The Rockies have struggled against the Braves and against teams with winning records, going 0-4 in their last 4 games at Atlanta and 0-7 in their last 7 against teams with winning records. Based on these trends, I believe that the Braves are the clear favorites to win this game. I would recommend taking the Braves with the run line. The Braves have scored 8 runs in each of the first 2 games of the series, so it is likely that this game will be high-scoring again. Chase Anderson has given up 8 runs in 3 starts in June for the Rockies, and he has also served up 5 home runs. This is a recipe for disaster against the Braves' offense, which is one of the best in the National League. Charlie Morton was solid in his last outing, but he still needed 107 pitches to get through 5.2 innings. He has also given up a good number of runs in his last 4 starts. However, Colorado's offense is not anemic, and they will likely score a few runs. The over has hit in 5 of the Braves' last 5 games and in 4 of Morton's last 4 starts when the total has been set between 9 to 10.5. Based on these trends, I believe that the over is the best bet for this game. Miami Marlins vs. Washington Nationals. The Marlins have been on a roll lately, winning back-to-back games and 10 of their last 13. They have also been stingy on defense, holding their opponents to 1 run or less 6 times in that stretch. The Marlins pitching staff has a 4.20 ERA, a 1.30 WHIP, and a .243 opponent's batting average. Luzardo has been inconsistent lately, alternating good starts with bad ones. In his last start, he gave up 5 earned runs in 4 innings against Seattle. However, in his previous start, he gave up just 1 run in 7 innings against the Royals. Lifetime, he is 0-2 with a 6.12 ERA in 5 starts against Washington. The Washington Nationals have been struggling lately, dropping the first game of their last 4 series. They are 2-9 in their last 11 games and have not scored more than 6 runs in a game during this stretch. Despite ranking 3rd in the National League with a team batting average of .261, the Nationals have scored the 3rd fewest runs in the league with 286. Lane Thomas has been the team's leading hitter, crossing the plate a team-high 45 times this season, which is 9th most in the National League. After going 2 for 5 on Friday night, Thomas has hit safely in 9 of his last 10 games. The Marlins have had the Nationals' number this season, winning all 4 of their previous matchups. In fact, Miami has won 7 of their last 8 meetings against Washington dating back to last season. The Marlins are playing much better baseball than the Nationals right now, and they have the momentum on their side. Corbin has been struggling lately, and I don't think he's made any adjustments to limit the hits he's giving up. I like Arraez to pick up another bundle of hits in this game. Miami is 21-6 in their last 27 meetings against Washington. Based on these trends, I believe that the Marlins are the clear favorites to win this game. I would recommend taking the Marlins with the money line. The over has hit in 2 of the Marlins' 4 games this season, and the average total runs per game is 9. In their last game, they scored 11 runs. Both starters in this matchup have been prone to giving up runs, and in Miami's last 5 games, 3 of them had a total of 11 or more runs scored. The over has hit in 6 of Luzardo's last 7 starts in Game 3 of a series, and it has also hit in 4 of the Nationals' last 4 games against a left-handed starter. Based on these trends, I believe that the over is the best bet for this game.